the nuclear forces as its pivot. Despite long-standing international sanctions, North Korea has continued to build its nuclear capabilities, regularly testing banned intercontinental missiles. But this secrecy of the regime makes it harder to evaluate how much progress the military has made. Kim, who took control of the regime after his father's death in 2011, has invested heavily in the nuclear weapons program, turning Pyongyang into a far bigger challenge for the West and especially the US. He is expected to announce the next phase of the country's weapons program during the 9th Congress of the Workers' Party of Korea, which began on February 19 and is now in its 4th day. Before it started, North Korea unveiled what it said was a range of nuclear-capable rocket launchers. The Congress has been held once every 5 years in the last decade. While Kim has remained at the top of North Korean leadership, the party Congress Presidium or Executive Committee has been reshuffled since the last meeting in 2021. More than half of its 39 members have been replaced, according to state media. In his opening speech last week, Kim vowed to boost the country's economy and people's standard of living, which he described as heavy and urgent historic task.
We now talk sports in this newscast. Amadou B. Ibrahim has won the 31st edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope in 4 hours, 24 minutes, 42 seconds. The native of Awing, who was the first in the senior men category to have entered and come out from the forest, winning the top cash prize of 10 million. With this year's competition making his 3rd participation in the race, the 38-year-old marathoner has written his name in the golden book of the race. Nguni Sonita tells us more.
We just passed Super Junction. We are here with 3708 Amadou B. Ibrahim. He is the first man. He is the first man at the moment. 38, Amadou B. Ibrahim demonstrated that experience, endurance, and mental steel remain priceless assets on the mountain. The native of Awing conquered the slopes in 4 hours, 24 minutes and 42 seconds, earning the 10 million francs top prize in the seniors men's category at the 31st edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. His journey has been progressive, from the 9th place in his first participation, 7th in his second, and now champion. As he crossed the finish line, close friends were seen shedding tears, a powerful reflection of sacrifice, perseverance, and humble beginnings. He was followed by Gapsimbon Everett Wembang, who used 4 hours 36 minutes 28 seconds, and Adamu Isa Buba, who came in 3rd with 48 hours 39 minutes and 39 seconds. The Northwest Athletic Club showcased unity and coordination by winning both in the men's and women's relay categories beyond medals and prize money. The 31st edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope stood as celebrations of resilience, sacrifice, and unyielding ambition took the center stage. Applauding equally the Athletic Federation for a well-organized 2026 Race of Hope, as barriers were well placed in order to make sure that athletes are well protected from the population and equally moving taxis.
The slopes of Mount Cameroon did not just witness a race, they witnessed resilience, courage, and unstopped power of women. At the 2026 Mount Cameroon Race of Hope, female athletes rose to the challenge of Africa's most demanding mountain, proving once again that endurance has no gender. From elite champions to first-time participants, women stepped onto the starting line not just to compete but to inspire. Details of this report with Kusona Claudia Voma.
The starting gun echoed across Boya. The female athletes surged forward with determination written on their faces. At the volcanic ash slope, the toughest section of the climb, every step forward became a statement. I belong here. Some stumbled, some paused, but none surrendered easily. After hours of intense climbing and a fearless descent, Wiba Destiny Grace emerged victorious, crossing the finish line in 5 hours, 22 minutes and 11 seconds. Right behind her was Jenyang Sydney Bongwi and Tata Karin for second and third places respectively. Their performance proved once again that the summit bows to prepared minds and powerful legs. Let's hear from one of these remarkable athletes.
Now we are the boxing contestant. She is still the one leading this particular race. Like I said, the no contestant. Number 2 is still very, very far away from her.
Experience once again dominated the slopes in the veteran women's category. Leading the legends was Sarah Liengu Etunde, who climbed gold and reminded everyone why she remains the queen.
I am now reaching from 2009. I am more than 6 years. I'm still strong and I'm still making it. You must train, you must walk before you make it. Other runners that were running together, you see that they have run down, but me I'm simple. So it looks like I'm really walking, I'm really training. And this one is nothing to me. The veteran is nothing to me. It's very, very easy for me because I do training that is more than what I've run today. So I don't even feel it. I've run. I'm very, I'm not even tired. I love running. I love running. Running, if you lead this way, if you don't want me to, my life to short, remove me inside the running. When I'm running, I smile. But our time, there were no money. But we did it. But now there is money. I'm leading to them. I am pushing them to work hard. Because when you go and bring 10 million, you can change your life. As the life of Sarah is changed. And my life has changed. No matter the money that was
in second place and Kambi Martina in third. Their presence alone speaks of legacy, consistency and timeless excellence. This year's edition recorded a noticeable rise in female participation, a clear sign that women's athletics in Cameroon continues to grow in strength and visibility.
On this note, to put a cap on this edition of News Hour, dear viewers, before we leave you, let's check our top stories. Pupils, students and teachers across the national territory have raised calls for the promotion of multiculturalism and cultural diversity, which they say is a driver for nation building. And out of Cameroon, we told you that 5 diamond miners trapped more than 800 meters underground after a mudslide in Kimberley, South Africa, are now presumed dead. And in sports, courage, resilience and unstopped power witnessed as new champions crowned at the 2026 Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. News Hour today was a production of Claudia Kusona. Technical assistance came from David Titango and presentation was done by me, Frida Leina Voma. Stay tuned to more interesting programs on Royal Television. Have a lovely time.
Hey, Royal TV viewers, your voice matters, and now we want to hear it louder than ever. We've created a special WhatsApp feedback group just for you. Got opinions about our shows? Suggestions to make Royal TV better? Compliments, complaints, or hot takes? This is your direct line to us. Joining is easy. Simply scan the QR code on your screen right now and you're instantly connected to the Royal TV community. Be part of the conversation. Influence our programs. Help shape the future of your favorite TV station. Don't just watch. Interact, engage, be heard. Scan the code and join the Royal TV WhatsApp group now. When we dream alone, it is only a dream. But when many dream together, it is the beginning of a new reality.
Every day in life brings new challenges. At Royal TV, we are determined to accompany you in our entertainment, news, sports, debates, documentaries, and many more. Join our cream of journalists, presenters, reporters as we are ready to serve you.
Now continue for prayer. Baba God will answer our prayer. The most important duties of an imam is to invite people to that which is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to speak to the counselor on Royal TV.
Keep watching Royal TV.
Hey, Royal TV viewers, your voice matters, and now we want to hear it louder than ever. We've created a special WhatsApp feedback group just for you. Got opinions about our shows? Suggestions to make Royal TV better? Compliments, complaints, or hot takes? This is your direct line to us. Joining is easy. Simply scan the QR code on your screen right now and you're instantly connected to the Royal TV community. Be part of the conversation. Influence our programs. Help shape the future of your favorite TV station. Don't just watch. Interact, engage, be heard. Scan the code and join the Royal TV WhatsApp group now. When we dream alone, it is only a dream. But when many dream together, it is the beginning of a new reality.
Hello, my proud nation. This is your favorite girl, Mbeng Lillian, popularly known as Taro Abonglesong. Please keep watching Royal TV. And of course, follow my programs because all my comedies will be aired on the TV, Royal TV. Thank you. Love you.
Innovating in the audiovisual landscape is our dream. Bringing together finest journalists, media personnel in this new era of media operations can only be possible thanks to Royal TV. Royal TV, coming up with news and entertainment.
No matter what, that's what you pay, I got to pay. Yeah, babe.
Documentaries, sports, debates, and many more to your doorsteps ever than before. Keep watching Royal TV.
not going. It's not going. It is not going. Give him for me. Please, change me that thing. My film they can't start. This will pay money for something die. It's not going. Huh? Not going.
Nadiri, I don't mean that compare. Can't feel them.
Not going. Not going.
Hello? Hello? I called my answer. Yeah. What's up, baby? Carol? So they go. In the beginning. Sonita!
Please, you can come in.
Carol? I went to the battle for Mulangombai house. Mulangombai Nini. I want to enter room so come on and not disappear so fiang. The house will choke you. It will choke.
Master, they asked me to choke me. That TV so go give me high blood. That TV so go kill me. You want to catch for this, you don't give me stroke. Since I've been asking the beginning, they go TBA. They don't press for most of them. All their hands to get blister. Look at my own blister. Only for fine channel, no way. Cable and fluctuate like our economy. Now I carry the same cash no Mr. Go buy. I say look at you. Before I die, before my time.
Maybe only last week I get up with the money. They can fix that cable. You see what is so then now?
Go for day. Go try them. The channel just stand so while abandon mattress, so you need to shake. It just blew. All thing, not share all thing, but you need to work. So you just carry the TV, go through here. Okay, no get used.
Macaro, anytime you come here, I don't always advise Una about this Una cable issue. I don't advise Una. I say Una can't join me for my own cable network, Royal Network cable. Not the best. I will tell you plenty time, anywhere, anytime, say, not the best. You don't ever get disappointment. I don't know how to waste time.
But the only one is now.
Get it 3 days. See, we got off stand so like all mattress. You gonna go for before for back, go before for back. Mama said,
Macaro, Una no ever regret this idea.
Yes, Daddy.
So, Charlie, the way you want to get a Royal Network.
No one. Carol, as my husband don't tell Una, that channel, in short, Royal Network channel are the best. Now the best way if you get all our favorite channels.
I say, sweetheart, now the best and the most affordable, no so.
Very, very cheap.
You feel say why your woman always carry a can watch this Royal Network?
No. You mean say from the time I can watch TV for you have for 3 months?
Now Royal Network cable, madam.
Who's that the leaf for you?
Now for Razet TV here, for opposite the call from the phone.
Hey.
Why Kona?
Let's just for Masadi.
Now yeah. Take the level na Kona.
So you understand what good well.
No, go there. Because yes, you want to put now money. They will you money.
We don't tell una say it be affordable. Wola una.
Get fit.
It be very, very cheap.
They are students, they set their own price lower.
I say it's cheap. You feel big price.
Just passed. It is said to be one of the best organized races since its inception. But of course, we have panelists here who are going to tell us the impression, their views that they have about this race. And so for today's program, dear viewers, we have some gentlemen here, even though we await some of those who have been parts of this race for some time. Kiki Chikenet, you're welcome to another edition of Crossviews on Royal TV.
Thank you, Moderator Mambo. I want to first of all start by congratulating my co-panelist, Mr. Cyril, who took part in the race. I witnessed him when he was climbing up the mountain. He has been doing it for some years now, and I must say that it takes a lot of courage for a young man of his caliber to sacrifice time to think today that he's going to reach the summit and come back on the same day. Mr. Cyril, I want to congratulate you. It is an Olympic spirit of participating. It is not about winning the race. It is about participating as a youth in your active age. And living in Boya, you decided to communion with the chariots of the gods by partaking as an athlete, joining over 600 participants, athletes from over 14 countries. I must say that you distinguish yourself and you deserve a tap on your back as well. No matter the number, we don't want to talk about the output, but we think that just participating in that race as an athlete is a great endeavor from you. Kudos on your back. Hope you not relent. Greetings, sending my greetings to all the denizens of Boya Town who came out, like the moderator said, for a kind of Christmas which was even bigger than Christmas itself. The euphoria, the cultural aspect, the business part, Mount Cameroon is business as usual. The thousands of people that flew in from other towns and neighboring villages to grace the occasion, the number of cultural activities that took place, and of course not forgetting the custodians of our tradition, the chiefs who equally every year play a very active part in the spiritual aspect of the race. I want to imagine too that those who came from Yaoundé, from the central administration, they did well, and to our security officers who were dispatched in their numbers, kudos to their back. And again, to Royal TV, who did a live coverage, I equally extend my regards to them, that the past two events, the Youth Day activities, they were seen in their numbers in the grandstand, and then this time around, they were everywhere where there were people to cover the race, and that is the spirit, a new spirit that they are bringing in, which I must congratulate the young team that is there and the young staff that are there for, putting up a show that I'm sure every other viewer of your channel should give a kudos to your back. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Kikichi Kenneth. We have another panelist now. Kikichi just talked of him at this time. Let us welcome on the platform of Crossviews, Jomo Siri. You are welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Good evening to my co-panelist, Mr. Kikichi. It's been long. I've not been water with a lot of good words. I take it with an open heart. At least once in a while, when non-political topics are not on, one can be blessed, and I really feel blessed tonight. Actually, I made the decision some years back to participate for the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope, because life itself is already a challenge. Yes. And living in Boya, a town that has been hosting this event over the years, happen to be a privilege. If you sit around those who travel from far and near, when they are talking about this race, you really feel that you are missing something if you are not participating. My first year was last year, and I saw people who physically could be termed unfit, but their braveness was all what gave me the final decision to be participating as a culture. You will see people who are aged, gray hair, some are oversized, some are very young, but that means the level of enthusiasm they are sharing kind of. But in the quarter, it's a different perspective. Yeah. The moment I left my house, everybody who stopped on me was like, hey, wait, like you could see the surprise.
Yeah.
And you get to see that.
Especially those who know the mountain.
Yes. And you get to see that the narrative from our quarters and the narrative of those who participate, there is a huge gap.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a psychological gap. And Mr. Kikichi pointed out already, the euphoria of this 31st edition was something that needs to be written in the books of history. I have never seen this kind of mammoth crowd, whatever the event. Even at the 50th anniversary of independence, I'm not sure I saw what I saw, especially at Chubor Junction. Yeah, I got confused at a certain point in time about what was happening.
You doubted whether you're in Cameroon.
Yeah, and
unfortunately, some people are captivated by fear back home. I think I had to come with a broken leg tonight to remind those who are feeding from fear instead of living.
Yes.
To tell them that most of those who are frustrated with the Biya regime today are those who thought that very soon he will give way. It's been 43 years. So maybe you don't know what you are doing. The crisis has been 10 years already.
Yes.
That is just life. I just want to give you a picture of what life is. You see, 10 years ago, I visited a senior brother, Mr. Simon Gwange, if he's watching, and back then I was JCI chapter president. And 10 years after, his son entered my office, and I saw almost the same picture like I entered his office. He behaved to me. And I told myself that 10 years from today, I want my son to also enter this other son's office. Just that time flies so fast. And it beats my imagination when I see people in the quarter who can do tremendous things, who can participate and win, who can participate and improve their self-esteem. They are caught in fear to the extent that when they see somebody participating, it's like miracle in Boya. I mean, I don't know what the narrative is. People think that those who participate are coming from space, but every day they see me going out training. What you should know is that when you participate at this race without training, you will suffer. In short, you will wish you will never step out of your home, because you have muscle cramps.
Yes.
You will have fear. You will have fatigue, and worst of it all, if you are injured, or you have to wait up to about 2 o'clock when the military are coming down before they can escort you, and there is no assurance that you are going to have treatment. Last year I had a taste of what injury can look like. So while going up, I had this foreigner who was behind me. When you have studied the mountain, you can know strategy, what people are doing, what is right and what is not right. The first thing when you know somebody is not prepared for the race is when you see somebody running too much, especially somebody who is going to the summit. He kicks from Morocco with speed.
Yes.
Just tell yourself that he will not go far. There is no miracle. By the time you cover the 6-kilometer path from Morocco to governor's office, you have exhausted the energy that is required for you to start the mountain, the forest. So when you start that stiffness, there is no way you will cool down. So most of those who take that speed, let me just tell you fast. You have relay. This year, relay, there were more than 40 people who were participating for relay. So if you are not keen, you see people kicking with that speed, you will think that no, these are people going to the mountain. No, it's not true. When they say relay, you will end at hot 1 and give it to another person, who will take it to hot 2, give to another person to hot 3. That is how they do it. So if you don't know this detail, you will start the race running like a mad dog just to go and get tired. Secondly, these foreigners, they are used to normal 10K kilometers. Some 20. I followed their different interviews. There was a woman behind me. When I saw her running, just when we started the forest, I started pitying for her, because I knew she would not go far. When you start running in those kind of environment, it means that you have not been cultured about how to go about the race. Once you reach the soil, the untarred road, generally long steps, gentle walks. That is what is required for you to go if you are going for the 42-kilometer run. Then Sarah Etonge is one of the icons that is actually selling, and it's the narrative she is carrying that actually is captivating. You know, there are so many legends. I was going through the different legends that have won the mountain race repeatedly or even once, and I noticed that Sarah Etonge stands out. Even others from the northwest that come, they are shy, and the world does not care about those who are shy. The bold are the ones whose story are narrated. If you go online on most search engine and just write the 31st edition of the Camel Mountain Race, Sarah Etonge name will capture among the first 3. What does that tell you? This is a woman who is selling herself.
Yes.
She's not the best, but
the narrative is helping her to position herself, and there are credentials that go. When you see the president of the Cameroon elected federation, do you think they write a concours to become a president? When you see the president of the world electing Colonel Karkaboom, do you think they write a concours? My brother, I came tonight to remind all of us, we have a place. Running is the cheapest means of communication that exists, and it is, you use running to solve so many of your trouble. When you are running, a lot of things are going on in your head.
Yeah.
The young man, Mr. Ibrahim Mamadou, who won B, when you see, he breaks so many records this year.
Yes.
He was the first to reach at the summit. That's 200,000 from his mat. Most people will not know those prices, and other small prices that you don't know. Then he was the first. It's the first time ever the race is being run that the first person who reached the summit come back. Even the minister who went to the summit with the helicopter did not meet him. People were shocked that how can you reach here? They say people who are reporting the news say that we'll kick at 7 a.m. by 9:10 the young man was already at the summit.
He was the first Cameroonian since this race started. He was the first Cameroonian
2 hours 10 minutes
to the mountain and back. Yes. Thank you so very much, Cyril Njomo. That one, Njomo Cyril. He partook. He's one of those who were participating.
I used 6 hours. Just tell them. I went up and came back. Okay. 6 hours. So
which is not bad.
It's not bad compared to the first year. I did not even come back the first year.
So it's not all about maybe the money. It's about your health also. It's about partaking in such activities, because I don't think if it comes to money, you lack the money, you have it. Yeah. And so those who know you were like, oh, so if this man can participate, means I too can also. But dear viewers, tonight we are going to look at this race in some subtopics. We shall be looking at the social part of it, which he has already started. Then we shall look at the economic part of it, the political part of it, the security, then with some others. And we know very well that some athletes were disqualified, especially the winner of last year as far as the male category, senior male category is concerned. He was disqualified, given that it was said that he drugged himself, and so his everything given him last year as a first person was withdrawn, and it is Usheni Hussein who ran for 4 hours 40 minutes and 9 seconds. We shall be discussing all this also. Okay, let me turn now to you, Kikishi. Looking at the social part of it, let's be taking it gradually. What's your take about this year's race?
This year's race, since the start of the crisis, break the records of participation. The security gap that we had in the previous years, I think people came out socially more than ever before. You could find around the Tubok Junction, it was a kind of trade fair.
Yeah.
With several companies, with several groups, in the indigenous cultural groups, associations, amicals, professional amicals from different services. They hired spaces, brought in families, children, parents came out with all their children.
It was another picnic.
Braving the odds and the fear. You know, it was picnicking, it was cultural jam, it was trade fair, it was all that you have as social. And a lot of eating, traditional meals, barbecuing, and a lot of fun, music, dancing, and some places we had musicians who were doing staging, and each time that an athlete is coming out, there you see the crowd will cheer as if it is the mountain that is actually trembling. It was so interesting that you know, last year when I actually watched the race from Tubok N, I realized that my family back home, whereas there was, so I brought them out this time, and in the night we were still there by 8 p.m. and they did not want to go back home because they saw that it was a kind of a melange that you can never know. Now, You know, it is not a regional affair.
Yes.
It is a national,
international affair.
International as well. And the social part of it, there were groups that travel from all over Cameroon. The 10 regions you could find Douala dance, Kipuri dance from the north, east, dance from the east region. It is an expression of the cultural ramification of Cameroon. But again, there is something that a narrative that one of my colleagues told us, that in the yesteryears, normally, prior to the day of the mountain, Boya would be having a cultural week that ends, usually would end on the day of the race. And I think that that one day was too small. It was not just one day. Maybe at the Moliko Stadium, there were other things, cultural displays there, and then a talent show from youths with Miss Cameroon, Mountain, Miss this, Miss that. A lot of youth empowerment activities were being carried out. Talent show, you could find some bike riders just doing their own display.
Everybody wanted to be part of it.
Everybody was part of it. So it is a cultural. I think we should be revisiting how to make the indigenous communities more engaged, so that they come maybe in that 1 week celebration prior to the rest. Is a 1 week period where it is cultural, and then it came again at the moment where Moliko is a trade fair, an ongoing trade fair in Moliko. Wow, you could imagine what was happening around Moliko itself.
The traffic was
traffic density. We are talking about an event that would have brought in more than 20,000 people from outside to come and witness this. I'm even talking from far. Then not to talk of divisions, all the divisions of the Southwest coming to Boya, and the villages all partaking. It was a different level of cultural show, and I think that the authorities that should understand from now that they need to step up the level of involvement, engagement, youth engagement, and local communities should be more engaged to give, so that they also it helps to market Cameroon in another way.
Maybe we shall come to those.
The Ministry of Culture should be more ramified in this.
Yes, we shall come to those proposals for the future. Let me come now to you, Jomo Cyril. We are looking at the socio-cultural part of it. This year is set to be one of the best organized races. Races since this Athletic Federation took over fully. And if you look at the socio-cultural, in Moliko we had a trade fair, and the other companies that came to boost it. Then at the race course, as he was saying, the Tubok Junction, then at Lower Farms, and some other people went up the mountain, that euphoria. So how can you really analyze this atmosphere?
I want to say there was a lot of preparedness. Yes. From every ramification, the trade fair taking place at the event ground itself, Moliko Omnisport Stadium, was already a kind of engine steaming. It kickstarted, about 1 week before the event probably, and by the event day, the trade fair had already gained momentum. For those who have night duty or who have activity that enable them to come out of their houses, since 7 to 8 years, we have not seen Moliko the way it is this particular month, and here it will extend to the 8th of March. So the trade fair actually prepared mindset and galvanized people. Young people are fully involved in whatever thing is happening, including the mountain race. So I think the culture of having a week full of activity prior to the race actually has gained efficiency already. That we saw, those of us who live within the Moliko environs, we saw that particular activity. I've hardly seen people coming out in their number for a trade fair over a week, and even after the mountain race, it is every night I'm out. So
I'm taking my arm, seeing how young people are communing among themselves. What we used to obtain before were only crusades that could bring people together. But this time around, young people are out. Young people are out. Now, 600 athletes. I'm sure the number itself, I try to go through the name, though we cannot fully see one name and say they are all coming from a particular region. But I can say there are so many region of Cameroon that were represented, and so for social inclusiveness was totally engaging in this particular edition. Then the sponsor actually added more social value to this. I want to take, for example, one of the sponsors, which is a school in Modeko, who was saying they are sponsoring the first person to reach at the summit. I saw a company, or I cannot call the name for publicity reason. I saw company, those who were supplying the drinks, they were playing tabala game. You sit down the last, you win this. People were winning prizes. It could be cups. I saw so many activity happening, without forgetting cultural groups that were invited to stage
from
in
all the regions of Cameroon.
And I want to take one about a chief that happened to be a military officer. He was eating raw bottles.
Moja, the popular Moja.
Now, I really like, you see, Moja and Saraiton, they have something that they have understood the environment.
Yes.
You see, sometimes, and that is what I did by participating, and you have to forget who you are.
Yes.
It's not easy to see people who understand that philosophy in life. We are role players in this world. We must seize the context to play certain role. Moja that day, his attire, his look was all about captivating
attention. Yes.
And what we have of culture today is that image where he was eating raw bottles. You see, that is seizing the moment. That is life. That is what we are talking about. That's what makes the sociality. It makes people to feel, it attracts. That is, we want role playing. If everybody came jump on there, I want to appreciate that also. The organizing committee thought that they should award him for his 15 years of coverage. This year, he stood as a spectator because of his new title, and he could measure the volume of work he has been working as the master of the ceremony over the last 15 years, more than a decade. So, I'm telling you, a lot of planning in the aspect of socio-cultural was done this time around.
But what do you think really made it? Because we are looking at the socio-cultural part of it. Is it because maybe the federation realized that it's not all about big companies and big things, but they accepted even the little that came from even a school and so on to do something? Because what I realized is that there were schools, even medical structures, and anybody who came who wanted to participate to make this race come to fusion, they accepted it.
They were very open.
Yes.
And I remember during the partners press conference, the president of the Cameroon Athletic Federation said they are going to shock participants.
Yeah, during the press conference, he said yes. I really think that he was measuring what they have prepared. Yeah.
There was a lot of inclusiveness this time around.
Good.
Yes. They listened to the people.
Yes.
And
the crowd, the people for the past years now, people have been crying.
They listened to the people. Even participants, those of us that participated, there's something that happened for athletes. Now, it's not everything that happens so smoothly that is very good for a competition.
Okay.
We are moving up the mountain, struggling to fight against one another.
Yes.
We shouldn't have a scenario where somebody will march on you before bypassing you. So they create an atmosphere before the race, at the eve, to give us that environment to know each other.
Okay.
During the medical, we line up, Yes. We can line up for 2 to 3 hours. Some people find that tedious, but in that 2 to 3 hours,
you make new friends.
Yes, you will turn around and see, and even when you see somebody who is winning, you will see that you had already a small contact with the person.
Yeah.
That is what makes the social part of it beautiful. You should not just come and make everybody just come and pick his jersey and go.
No. You just meet again, start running.
No, they will fight up there, and I'm telling you that it's a stiff of roads.
Yes.
So one must give way for another person to pass, and if you don't know each other, you kill yourself up there.
So that aspect of social cohesion was really.
These people understand it.
Yep.
They have, over the 30 years now, they have matured.
Yes.
This is the word of the governor and even the mayor that said that after 30, a child is matured. The competition now is matured. And there are people there who have been doing it at least for a decade. So they master so many small things. That environment, it looks a little bit scattered when things are happening. Even just to go and collect Joe's jersey. But I kept on telling those who are new that no, it's important. Some people who are choleric, you will easily know them here.
Yeah.
Those who easily get angry, it's entertaining. All those little things, we need them. We need them because once it's race day, when people are running, no, there is almost no empathy and sympathy. So if you do not have a moment with these people, you kind of think, and you see, even those who can't speak English, they are struggling to catch up to say 1 or 2 things.
Yeah.
Those who cannot speak French, they're also struggling to say 1 or 2 things because a cameraman can just burst on you and say, what is your take? And you must find a way to fit in. So I think I really appreciate all these activities and the way they are coordinated. Not to give the impression that we want to imitate a country or imitate another system. No, we have our own system, so we are trying to make it
to be unique.
a familiar kind of thing, a social kind of thing, a family kind of thing, that you will not go up there and be killing one another just because you want to reach up first.
And really, it was not only for the runners but for everybody. Okay, maybe adding to what you have to say, so culturally, I want to bring now the economic part of it. You know, all those businessmen and women, and you know, we are looking now the economic part of it. What's your take on that, Kiki?
There's a mountain race is business as usual.
Yes.
I can figure out that billions were generated only in days in Boya.
Yes, of course.
When I talk about billions, I'm talking about the restaurants, I'm talking about hotels. There's a lot of tourism around the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. The lodging facilities that are so in their numbers were all full. If you went there 1 week before to book for space, you will not have had it.
There are some hotels that
the hotels were
just had to give, is it their conference room or whatsoever? They brought mattresses because the rooms were full.
Yes.
And they just brought mattresses put in there.
All the guest houses in this town were full. Limbe the same.
Yeah.
Chico, Motengene, you are going further away from Boya. The Boya could not contain the thousands of people.
And do you know something I noticed?
It's busy.
That some people paid hotel rooms that they do not even use, because by the time they came to Moliko to enjoy the euphoria there, they just remained indoors.
It was already there.
Because I met a few friends who came, they did not use their rooms.
The trade fair being an icebreaker, being, preparing people for, let me tell you, before the Moliko trade fair at the stadium started, there was a 1 week trade fair organized by Kali University Institute of Boya. What we witnessed there showed that Boyadinians were
eager.
Let me say eager and hungry
for events like that
to share some best moments outside. Because the trade fair that was organized by Kali University just for a week was a crowd puller that caused traffic jam in Moliko. And then we imagine how they across the road, which was much bigger, was going to be. And again, preceding the Race of Hope and the Women's Day. So it shows that we have been, the insecurity has caged people for too long, and people are eager to break the shell of insecurity. There's something that Cyril mentioned and making a call for all the youths. He said that sometimes you have to let go who you are.
Yes.
And you know me, Later when I let go who I am. And that part of me captures me, it markets me more than the other thing, the other personality called that, and I carry that small, though I have a very small feather, a red feather, but that is what, it doesn't know what people see in me. People see me when I'm that madman who unleashes my other potentials that are not the potentials that are written somewhere about me. My social part. So, and he said that if you look at the number of youths and get the quarter story, you know, there is a lot of, he just demystified the mountain for other people to make more youths to participate in the next edition. I don't understand how, maybe he did not want to really paint out, but he said, we look at the names, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
What he actually wanted to say is that he would have loved to see more names from this land. From the indigenous of this land, youths in this town. Because you see mountain guides, they go up the mountain 10 times every day or whatever. And during the race, they should be the ones that are daring to even register.
That's a very important
would have been
point.
having a race of not 600 but 1,000, because the youth in Boya will be daring to climb and to make a name. Because in our normal daily corners, we have not succeeded to capture, to break the bounds, to be visible. And so Cyril is saying that by participating in that race,
the indigenous,
when he was climbing up, I saw him, I shouted, Mayor! And he turned around and so you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and that is how every angle, when you see a crowd that was standing, when they recognize somebody wonderful, they were mad. They were mad, the whole place was mad. But this time also, you ask about the economic booster. I was diverting from there to not to forget other things. I remember where I was standing, there was a vendor, ice cream vendor. At the end of the day, she told me that she made 300 and something thousand. Sometimes if somebody tells you that figure like that, it is solely about 500, but she doesn't want to come out.
I have a neighbor who, how they call this thing that shawarma, something like that. They sold until he went and bought some meat again from another person. Came back here and started.
I said that everybody that came out with any business was satisfied. Very satisfied. And it comes up just once in a year. That you can do the economic transformation in the town like Boya is so huge. I said that if the money that was generated within the mountain race is small, it should be around 1 billion. You can imagine 1 billion coming to add into the economy, where women from interland, our grandmothers, they made kwakoko, and so all. All these traditional dishes, everything was finished on that one day.
Some came with they were just cooking food there.
The economic booster has a ripple effect because it triggers tourism. The tourism sector generates a lot of revenue in some countries, and they say that it is better than things like petroleum, because petroleum money goes to central government. But when it's tourism, and when you have tourists in the town, know that a grandmother will sell maybe kwakoko. They are these artisanal designers, crafts, works of crafts. They will buy money triggers directly to the local indigenes. The dance group that participated, they were motivated. Money goes directly into their pocket. It is not like a tax system where money is going to a central treasury before it will come out only for those who are in the line of government public services to have something. But the money that comes from an event like the Mount Common Race of Hope is, the common man gets something in the pocket. The guys who were the mountain guides who carried things, money entered their pockets. Everybody who did something, money entered the pocket. And so those are the kind of things that we should promote and encourage, because the economic booster is so vibrant, it's so huge, it's so direct to everybody than other income generating activities that maybe are triggered only to a few persons who are directly involved. The participation of the population as a whole, people came out prepared to spend.
Historical perspective, the economic value of this mountain race, starting with the organizing committee. Most of the companies that were involved, either in the image projection, the deco, the feeding, the modeling, and all those activities were mostly local businessmen. You could recognize them by their logo. And I think this media house also, when I saw them there with their beautiful
1,000 chairs, but chairs were still short.
Check, for example. So these have economic backing. Both for the company itself and for the organizing committee, who has also redistributed by hiring local companies. That is from a structural perspective. Now, shop in local quarters had to lock for those who did not have the initiative to carry or to rent stand, and he have given them a bitter lesson.
Even the nightclubs were closed.
He has given them a bitter lesson. Next year, don't be surprised that Bonduma, Sopo are going to join the other celebration ground.
I tell you, bars were closed, nightclubs were closed just because of the event.
The crowd people,
everybody went to Moliko.
That is it. So those who rented those space there, now you just have to go there with your camera and pick what you will hear figure. In short, when you reach an environment, people are only smiling, understand their pockets. So I have just given you a map from a structural perspective of how the race has shape the economic perspective, and we definitely have a lot of decisive insight for next year and other perspectives. People are going to prepare even bigger, even longer, extensive project around this mountain race, and that is why the idea of a structural piece is always important. When people you see this event when he's free, so it's already telling people that I can invest. I can come from another country. You are talking of this yogurt, shawarma, and all those things. Yeah, you call them informal activities, but if somebody in the swiping at the space of every 3 hours, 300,000, that's 1 million. And it's making 100% gain. Thank you. So, Kwakuku, which is our local meal here, that is an avenue to generate massive. People can produce before. I hear tomatoes now it has gone down. People can prepare so many things and sell. The people I also enjoy, you know, Moliko is a student residential area. I have noticed most girls have not traveled these holidays. We are talking about tourism. Don't forget it has an economic backing. Women are products of tourism. You feel that you are well dressed, you feel that you are handsome, but she is there because she's been paid to do what she is doing. Those hostesses that you see them lining, you saw the hostesses. We even saw a school that actually dress. I don't know whether they have paid those students, but I know all those things have economical ramifications. That's why I want to point out that the fact that these children have not gone for holiday at a time like this, when most of them haven't written their exam, will have gone back home, it means that they are here generating income. That might help them to do other economic things. So I think from a structural perspective, preparedness has actually had a rendezvous with result, and that's why we are here celebrating those who organize and praying that more assurance in terms of peace should be given to the populace, so that next year should even be bigger.
I think those who are viewing, you should know that next year you should seize the advantage, because that euphoria, that's all what people were crying about this race is coming back. We shall be getting to some of the weaknesses, then we shall correct them. Let us look at security this year, Kike, because this is something that people really notice. So they said new development came up as far as security is concerned. You saw those barricades that were put from Moliko right to Bok Junction, right at the roundabout, and so on, and other security measures. Now, what's your take about what you saw?
Well, I felt very comfortable when I saw the barricades around some popular junctions. Because in the past years, you could actually find a crowd a jubilant crowd emotionally stepping on the path and hugging the athletes, and sometimes the athletes are panicking because the security challenge that we had. You will not know whether they are coming to harm you or they are coming to hug you, to press you. So it helped to retain that emotion behind those barricades, the walls of the barricade, and that was very wonderful for the organizers.
I even beautified the street.
And even beautified the street. It made people, they catch us behind the barricade, but at the end of the day, it helped to even content people where they were standing. Because sometimes you feel that maybe you get the noise, you want to cross, you want to come back, and even the safety. Sometimes the cars that are running to speed, you could be exposed to risk of accidents. This time around, we did not find such. And now the security from the State Defense Forces was wonderful. It was a show of strength, and but this time around, the deployment it was not the repressive forces that we saw in yesteryears. They were more the communion with everyone. We are talking, we are greeting, they say they need this, we provide. It was a different force that we saw. It was a more humane force that came this time around. They were not aggressive. I remember even when when they were going up, there was a blockade with chairs, with some benches, which were facing the other side. But when the guys saw elderly person, they said, no, turn that chair for them to sit. And so everybody would stand behind them. Around street 2 there. So they turned it, as I was going to the chair, say, Grand, that's what I see. So we sat, and I sat comfortably. So they were very humane this time around, and that brought again
civil-military relationship.
You remember a few years back, there were some explosions, and then after the explosions, people were beaten mercilessly. People who went out to actually watch the race and to cheer the athletes were beaten mercilessly, locked up, and so that trauma in people could even deter people from coming to the road. But these forces came days before, and they would do their parades, move around. You did not see them doing the normal gra that they are
frightening people.
If they were, I didn't notice it, but I noticed that they were more humane, and so it helped now people to communion with everybody that came for the race. Now, Cyril mentioned something about the participation of the locals, that company. In the days past, the years past, we used to criticize that everything was done by almost maybe the local population were just going around 1/10. Either the students, all the students were coming, the hostesses came from different regions. You would hardly find our own girls in very lucrative aspect of the economy, because the companies that recruit pay a lot of money for hostesses. But in those companies, you will find mostly people
from different
areas. You would find, you may speak English and nobody will answer you good morning in English, because everybody was coming from. But this time around, it was different.
You could identify people around you.
You could see our girls of different higher institutions were there in the regalia of the different companies that were brought in. So this time, I'm sure that the kudos to the president of Motombi, president of Athletic Federation, for the change in the narrative. He changed the narrative this time around. Engaging local populations in these activities raises a lot of awareness. Let the ripple effect also touch them. Not that people come from outside and harvest a bunch of it and then they go. I want to say that if this has to continue, next year, I'm sure that we need to, the business operators, investors and other people need to step up the number of hotels in Buea. Because this last time I'm asking that, why are they building hotels every day when I'm listening that? But I only realized that everybody, please can you resume me? It's full. I went to 5 different hotels, it's full. You understand? So it shows that even if it's the once in a while, but that we still need such infrastructures. And so when you see somebody building a hotel, they should reduce taxes so that more hotels will be built, because Boya actually is a touristic environment.
Yeah.
And ecotourism, whatever, we need to develop strategies to harvest more. There are people who come from out, they visit Boya and rush back to Douala because of the comfort they may have in hotels.
Yeah,
so we need to have international classical hotels that can be measured with those from other countries. You see people rushing back to Douala to go and live in because whereas the climate in Boya itself is something that you can sell and market Boya very well if we have international hotels or international nature class. Okay. So it's well, the security concern, the worries about security, insecurity, I'm sure that it's an indicator that we are succeeding in our inclusive and peacemaking strategies that have been brought, that are put in place to see that the years or the strife of the war do not have so much impact on us. And to say that among the athletes, I saw one athlete who was actually running with their flag and peace plans. Okay. And everywhere he was, he ran his own race, not to
that guy had always come every year.
They said that running is communicating.
Yeah.
He was communicating the peace. Okay. And he was cheered throughout the corridor that he went. Each time you see, he was carrying peace plans and the flag, and his own was to market peace. That peace is still very possible. And especially when you see the people, some of us who have been caged by insecurity in Boya, we exploded in joy.
Yeah. And
we think that the days ahead should just be like that, because we love Njoka. And so there can be no Njoka if we have issues of insecurity. So it would be good that the populations, as they participated to make the race of hope truly a race of hope, they should equally also participate to eradicate the cankerworm of this crisis, so that we live in peace. Because sometimes the blame is pushed to the population that they are not participating or collaborating.
These winners from Northwest, well, maybe we shall come to that. Just the statement that is made, the race of hope, but these winners from Northwest region say they look at the race not as race of hope again, but race of faith, because now it has become part of them, so they are running now with faith, knowing that they are coming to take the
hope, hope.
So they are not hoping again; they are already running with faith.
No. Hope is a product of faith.
Okay.
When you hope, it means that you have faith that something will happen.
Yes.
So you build hope, faith for the hope, hoping for a better. If you don't have faith, you will not be talking about hope.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for that. Except you have something to say, Njomo Siri, because I want us to enter some other nitty-gritties now, looking at some athletes who were disqualified, especially the one that everybody was expecting this year maybe to come first again, the last the person who took the first position last year. Then we shall be looking at that. Then we shall be looking at the winners and the prizes. Then we shall be looking at the participation of foreign athletes, then participation of foreign athletes and some other things that I've prepared here. So looking with what you have to say also, let's look at now.
Yeah. Drug taking is something that is highly discouraged.
Yes.
In every sport activity.
Yeah.
Being it football, athleticism, I name them. For reason being that it brings disparities in the level of effort that is required to achieve results. Yes. Husseini, that was a script of his title.
Yes.
Is a moral lesson that I want to send to every other athlete, that the Mankamo race of hope have not had this tradition of people doping themselves, and so it shouldn't continue. One of the innovation this edition, this 31st edition, was actually the reinforcement of the doping committee
more technical experts were brought in, and an elaborate home set for pre and post race testing. Yes, to be sure that those who had the award merited it, deserve it. Yes, and while we're running, we had this carriage and some technical team, cameras spotted here and there, that was picking little gesture that one or two were doing, in a way that if there was any fidgeting, you know, there are so many ways to cheat a race. Yes, there are so many ways. Even this, the witness that they tied on your hand. Some people just from Modico wanted to take 2 or 3, and they already had intention to cheat. So such people, I could see how the organizer will pull them aside and talk to them. That why do you want? Should in case answers were not coming fast, they will remind them that those are cheating tendencies that are already nursing in your mind. Then you know, when the third athlete, especially the third girl, reaches the summit, most of the time, those who give witness at the summit, they start descending. So last year, what happened is that as they were descending, whosoever they meet on their way, they give him or her a witness and they start rushing back. So in the course of rushing back, some were faster than those who reached the summit, and it created tension at the stadium. So this time around, all those checks were corrected. If you did not reach summit at a certain time, when the third girl have reached and gone already, that was
disqualified. Yes. Okay, now, because before coming to that, let us look at the situation of Husseini, is it Hassan, they call him, who was disqualified because last year he took first. He ran for 4 hours, 40 minutes, 9 seconds. Now, along the line, within the year, they came out with a medical report concerning him, that he dropped himself last year, and so they decided to disqualify him this year. And normally, as the elected law would say, they were supposed to withdraw all the trophy, everything that they gave him. Now, what I want us to look at, I listened to other interviews. He said when he came back last year, before they did the test, when he came back, they still did the test. But when he came back, he had a lot of pain. So he was crying. So the doctor said, okay, they should inject him some painkillers. So he says he was injected with tramadol to reduce the pain. But later on, the report came out that he took tramadol to have more strength. So he's refusing the fact that he took tramadol, but instead the doctors injected him with tramadol. So that is where the confusion is now, that it's difficult to find where the truth is. And so the doctors say they have done their work. It is the elected federation now that has to decide. So what's your take about all this? Because he's denying the fact that he dropped himself. The elected federation says he dropped himself. The doctors say that's what they found about him.
I'll answer from 2 perspectives, historical perspective and strategical perspective. First, historical perspective shows that we have not had the culture of drug champions. Yes.
That's
and
very
there are
true.
people who have won 5 times, the like of Mba Eric and others. So from that perspective, one can start questioning why him alone and not even the winner of this year, Ibrahim. Then from a strategic perspective, a lot of communication has been done between last year and this year that scared anybody who could have those malicious, because truly there are people who are gambling around this victory, we cannot lie, including organizers, some organizers with ill intentions. Yes. So all these measures that have been stifled is a way to tell them that they are under watch eyes and that they will not fulfill their ill intention for a race that is being baptized hope. They want genuine people to did you follow the narrative of the winners? When you hear their testimony, you understand that this is the meaning of hope.
Okay.
Somebody who said there are 10 of them to their mother, none of them have gone to school. It's only by next year that part of this money is going to use to send his elder brother to school. That is there any definition of hope more than that? And over the years, this has been the narrative. People who come from you say you are poor, very rich background, they have never known what it is to eat quality rice. This Uncle Benza you call, they have never seen them.
Okay.
So, in a strategic perspective, the organizing committee, the Athletic Federation want to discourage anybody who is within the pipeline to work for this hope to be enhanced, to rather depreciate. Because there are tendencies, let me quote for example. Other athletes are complaining that when they put a witness at the summit,
yes,
sometimes he can favor if he has a link with some athletes, he can favor one over another.
Okay.
There are others who say that some club, athletic club, they spot their representative at different ends.
Yes.
And that they could be given substances
along the line
to their members.
Okay.
Strategy one to succeed. There are things that we have witnessed along the road. You see, people have things that they are sucking. You don't know what is there. So this year, for example, water was stationed every 1 kilometer, and something I really appreciated. Every 1 kilometer till the summit. I mean, when I was at Hot 3, I felt so thirsty just to see. I asked myself so they could carry water up to this level. So those are measures to discourage those tendencies that are preparing to cheat.
Okay.
So I think from a strategic and historical perspective, that is how I can address that issue.
Now, Kiki, do you have any reaction to this guy who was disqualified? Because, you know, maybe he came this year again to like say, I'm coming to take another 10 million to make his life. And when he came, he was surprised because when the first list came out, his name was there. Then another list came, the second list, that's where he did not find his name. Because when the first list came, you know, the list usually come out earlier for them to know. His name was there, so he traveled and came just to come and discover that another list has been removed where his name is not there.
You know, we have been, we are in a country where more than half of the people serving prison terms are wrongfully convicted.
Okay.
I must say that with lots of surety. More than half of prison inmates are wrongfully convicted. Poor investigations from the judicial police or gendarmerie, and then you find yourself in prison for a crime you did not commit. And so when the narrative of Senate came out, ask yourself why his name came out in the first list.
Okay. Yeah,
it means that there's an issue which we need. The public needs accountability for fear that a young Cameroonian who in court won the 2026 edition should be stripped, and so people would need a lot of justification, explanation. It should not be a secret agenda.
Yeah.
And secondly, when we are talking about security and the fact that barracks were raised along the line and around the track, one of the things that came to my mind is the fact that before an athlete could be running there and I just come out with water, maybe I put the tramadol inside the water and assist him.
Okay.
It can be a plan
just
out.
As it
can be a plan out from me. Not, and he doesn't know that he's consuming the drug that I have actually drugged the water for him. Right?
Okay.
So this time I said, okay, these barracks are also helping to shield the athletes from the population that always rush either to assist with their own thing. And as it now says that every 1 kilometer was having water, which is good, and which could have been from a source that is tested and is not having any issue.
Yeah.
Now, he said that he came back from he won the race, but he had wounds. He actually had an injury.
Yes, and he was feeling pain.
And tramadol is the best painkiller.
Okay.
So, We need to now find out from the medical team, when this guy was declared winner, before he was given officially the tramadol to relieve him of the pain, was he already tested before a medal was given to him? Those are questions that we need to get answers from the Cameroon Athletic Federation, so that it doesn't suffice that they want to. We have not had a history of drug addiction in the race, and so now they want to sacrifice a young man to make or to deter other youths from consuming drugs. It is true that majority of our youths now are consuming drugs either in Buea or in other towns. But I see them instead becoming weakly in the drug that they consume. I don't see any of them who can run from Moliko to Geo's office. If drug was making people to witness, all the junkies in this town will be taking place. Because this town is now littered with junkies everywhere, who are already addicted to drugs. And if it is the power of the drug that can take somebody to the summit, I'm sure that only athletes from Moliko and Street Seven Support and all those drug cartels, they will be winning the race. They will be winning the race. So we need to really look. It is true, drug consumption should be it's something to stop. But if you don't use that young man, I followed him on Cameroon Calling. He speaks, he was clear. And so the investigation should not stop there. And the fact that, like he was saying, there are some from very poor backgrounds. They are asking, he is supposed to refund 10 million, but he said before they could ask strip the meter off, he has spent the million. If it's the meter, they can take the meter back. The money, it's difficult to find 10 francs again, because he's also coming from a background that as he's coming, the family is in the club itself, is taking this and left and right for to pay themselves. The other thing that I would like to say is we are already in the era of modern technology. The uses of camera at the summit surpasses man. Man will always have limitations, but cameras should be employed at that level, so that we don't have situations where people are playing games. People must always play.
But with the situation of Hussaini Hassan, do you see him taking other measures? Because this is, like somebody said, this is tarnishing his reputation and career.
That is it.
Then second, like somebody who is really aspiring like that, his reputation and career, secondly, then not only him, but the reputation of the Athletic Federation itself and Cameroon, because this athlete will surely be going out there, and Cameroon has hardly been known for this drug kind of thing. What's your take about this?
Yeah, that is why I'm actually craving that there should be a thorough investigation. One, it is affecting his career. Most of them, when they come to the mountain race, we only know them in the mountain race. There are international competitions.
They attend others in Nigeria.
Within this time, he has already been tagged red by Cameroon, and therefore he cannot participate in all of those races. And he said, you asked him what action he was going to say. He did not tell him that he would take any action. But he said that by his religion, he don't even take them those kind of things like drugs or alcohol. So, but he said that is 2 years, and that he will keep on training, so that after the 2 years he's going to come and challenge that decision by winning the race.
That is
where I see that he has hope, because he said that he is this is his age. Even with 2 years, already 1 year is past. Next year, by next edition, the other edition, he will still be at the age where he can still run. And so he will come back to challenge that decision that he did not run with drugs. He say he doesn't know that drugs do not take. You cannot take somebody to the summit and bring him to as winner, according to him. But anyway, justice should be done. It should not be a situation. I think that if there was a technical issue, a medical that void of medical ethics, they should revisit it. And if they see that
is it like maybe
something erroneous took place, they should tell the world that we're sorry, we did this and this is this. Because actually I don't know, our medical laboratories, there are laboratories that they can even use to history to test you and can say the length of time that the drug has lasted.
Yeah, indicate when you took it, so for how long it has been there. Yeah.
They will know. So they should do it to prove that if that guy, like Siri said, to go up to the summit and come back is not chocolate. So
we'll just pray that Hussaini Hassan, maybe as he has decided, let him just take it cool and maybe practice again and come next year. Added to what you have to say, Siri, let us now look at the winners, except you have something to say before come to the winners and prize.
I should say that we should not over celebrate the medical team around this race, because last year I sustained some injury and the treatment we had at the regional hospital was not the best. It was one that warrants somebody to criticize and start questioning where does the budget for health rescue actually goes to. Well, what happened is they lay us at the hospital for about 3 hours, and at the end of the day, everybody had to find, those who were traveling back to Bamenda the same day were caught with time. They had bought their ticket already, so they were forced to leave the sick bed and carried by their family. I'm telling you, it was terrible. So sometimes if I was to take but that feeling to pour into this discussion, I would have spoiled the discussion earlier. I really wanted to say that what is not discussed generally is having a motive, and the fact that athletes are not actually educated on the race. If you see even demarcation, I had athletes who came from outside, they did not know where veterans were to end or where to go and turn. I saw on camera how legend Sarah had to go, and they just told her turn without even giving her a witness. So I started asking myself, what if somebody turned by the road and is coming back? So what is not discussed, what is not explained has a motive. The organizing committee have a reason why they don't school athletes on the principles of the race. Because you see, even this JC, this number that we carry, the fact that they collect 6,500 francs from every registration, registered athlete, is to prepare those uniforms plus the money. What is the budget of the race? How much is allocated for the athletes for their convenience? We are supposed to have jerseys that are already designed for us, customized for us, because money is pumped in for that activity. Then we are supposed to have up and down. For this race, they gave us only the up. Without talking about those medical assistants. If something happened to you at Hot 2, like when I was coming down, before Hot 2, I saw somebody lying down completely with the chest open. I just pictured myself the previous year. It was not really me, it was a girl that I had to assist. So I saw myself in that map and told myself, well, if it was me the first year, I would have been here assisting. So please, these are things that are not discussed, and I think that light should be shed on it. I don't think it's a mistake that they are not schooling. They know what they are doing, because there's a lot of favoritism going on. There's a lot. You see people with their relative, you see medical doctor with big stomach. I don't have issue with people with big stomach, please count me out. But I'm just saying that the level of comfort these administrators have does not even near the little ones that the athletes are supposed to enjoy. Do you know that they discourage most athletes from coming down and reach the event ground just because they want to keep their parcel? It happens during the test race, it happens during the race. All those things I was observing, because I'm a learned person. I don't just do this thing for doing sake. I also do to bring justice to these people who are befitting and giving the race its standards. If the legend Sarah was not somebody who has understood the world of media, she would now not have been taken advantage. Most people only criticize that she should go and rest. You rest in Cameroon, that you think that somebody will come and me. That is the best she can do, and she has understood. That's why I started the program by telling us that please, we should not sabotage our existence on earth, because once we are dead, it's finished. Don't take substances that are going to destroy your age. Aging is not a garage. Mama Sarah is more than 60.
Yes.
But you see how she's running. I train with a woman, you know, aside, I'm not doing publicity, I'm also a fitness coach. I trained with a second woman who was the second for the veteran category. The woman who won, Mama Yvonne. I trained her. And when I saw her, I kept on picturing my mother, how my mother would spend all the time complaining. But here is Mama Yvonne, who is almost 10 years above my mother, but she's running until she took second. We should not sabotage our existence on earth. Please, I'm begging on you. Don't sabotage your own existence by what you put inside your mouth. Because at 50, that is when some people's life is starting. Mama Sarah, legend Sarah, is just an example.
Yes.
I see so many people every day and I feel worried. Because they think that the position they have today is what gives them power. No. True power is in your existence. Your level of self-control. Because Mama Sarah can go anywhere in the world. She has been in so many places. Why? Because she has learned to take care of herself. Anybody, you cannot start by running 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. No. Start by running 1 kilometer a day. Go and rest. After 2 weeks, you can be able to run 2 kilometers. Because elite runner, they run 1 kilometer in 3 minutes, 5 minutes. But you can take a whole day, no problem. I'm just trying to say that by running, you are going to solve 99% of the problem you have, both psychological problem and health-wise. But most health issues are linked with detoxification. Either alcohol that have blocked your blood vessels, or foods that are poorly digested. That is what is making people to be obese and having all the kind of complications you are seeing around the world. So we are begging that the population of runners should increase. We should move from 600,000 and be talking about 2,000. And be talking about 5,000. Cameroonian, we are 30 million of Cameroonian. Imagine a race, at least 1 million people are running. We were talking about economic fallout. Can you just picture what? Can you just imagine a world that things are happening like that? It starts from little activities. You take your children for a walk even once a week.
Yes.
Take your children don't run alone. Form little committee and be running together and be walking together. Those who cannot walk should walk. Those who cannot walk should crawl. People should be doing something to be mobile.
Okay, people should do something to be mobile. Let's look at now the winners and their prizes. Okay, if you look at it, last year we have Usheni Hassan, who came first. That is the senior category male. Then we had Ali Mohamadu, Abdul Hamadu. Those are the first three last year for the male category. Then the female category for the senior, we had Galim Lisette, Jeyang Sidoni, who came second, then Chumi Makrina, who came third. Then I'll just take the junior. The junior race, we have Saleh Saibu, Zakayahu Ibrahim, Kari Set Bolak. Then that was for the junior race, that is the boys. Then for the girls junior, we have Seva Telma, Chinwem Sandrine, Fomi Joseph. Now, these names I've read was for last year. Now, listen the ones for this year. We have Hamadu B. Ibrahim, who came first for the senior race. We have Kapsidbrim Everett Wengom. Then third, we have Seni B. Kadiri, who came third. Then coming down, for the next race, we have Wiba Destiny Grace for the female senior. Wiba Destiny Grace, who came first. Jeyang Sydney Bonway, who came second. Tata Karin, who came third. Now, if you look at these results, you see that this year, new faces came up seriously. And let me start with you, who was part of
yes.
That's another innovation.
Of course, Ibrahim is a new face. Even though last year he was fourth, and this year he has come first. It's also quite a record that has been cracked there. But this is what I want to say.
Good.
You see, this is a family. This is a younger brother to Gapsebi, who have won about 7 times.
Yes.
What is this trying to tell you? This Gapsebi also have his younger sister. It's not alone, and his own children.
If you look analysis,
yes.
Yeah.
you will realize that Mama Sarah is making the show, but there are some people who are doing the enterprising part of it.
Okay.
Yes. Everybody is looking for a way to reap in a consistent, in what we call strategic way over the long term. And this Gabsingwin family, watch them clearly. Next year you will bring the same name. It's a family that for the time.
Yes.
This is vision. Somebody who win more than once is somebody who has a plan. And not only him now, his younger ones, his children, it shows that it's an enterprise.
Family enterprise.
Yes. Not forcefully family, but it's an enterprise. Because the secret of running is already being spread. The impact. Because we should teach ourselves not what to eat, but how
to get it. Yes.
And that is where the enterprising part of it. So that is one legacy when they were creating this Lyonga Sarah Foundation.
Yes.
It was to give her that environment to prepare upcoming athletes.
Yes.
I think at that point she should be failing. Her son, who came second and third in 2 consecutive years, 2014, maybe 2017, has not featured since 2017 anywhere closer to the big five. It is a decline. For the past 5 to 7 years, no Bakweri man have featured among the first 5. It's a decline. Even those who top the league here, so the test race, our popular, I've forgotten the name, a certain Godlove, he didn't come anywhere closer to the big 5. This shows that in the Southwest there is no enterprise around the race.
I followed the interview of the regional president of the Athletic Federation. Maybe I'll come back to you. I followed the interview of the regional president of Athletic Federation in the Northwest region. It's as if they have taken it hostage, and they are quite serious, because if I understood him well, they have sponsors who come in and they make sure that they monitor these athletes, they help them in so many. So it's a whole family. It's something that it's just like we have football teams that they are really coordinated. So what do you think can be done as far as he has said the other regions, especially the Southwest?
I was sharing a conversation with some colleagues this afternoon.
Yes.
One of my colleagues was painting the image of the Northwest when it comes to cooperation and collaboration.
Yeah.
In different, we were talking about civil society, and he was talking how
that one is like a nature.
He was telling us how the people here could be so intelligent.
Yes.
But the people in the Northwest know how to work teamwork. The people here, because they are too intelligent, everybody wants to strive by himself or herself.
Okay.
And so they go in a rampage of self-destruction, where they sabotage others who want to make it. The mountain is in Boya, and the best training ground for the mountain is the mountain itself.
Yeah.
So the athletes that are here, or the people that envisage to make this business for them, are supposed to form clubs, and then we will have a sponsor who sponsors them, either once in a week or once every 2 weeks for the night.
Because most of the winners I saw, if you look at the list, you see that they have a club.
They don't have Boya Mountain there.
Yes.
They have a Boya Mountain spirit right far back in Kumbu, right far back in Gambe, right far back, far away from the mountain. But the spirit of the mountain has not been implanted. And I was saying that I happened to have had to be part of a conversation at the palace some years back when the paramount chief was installed. Took office, was in Trun, and he was questioning. He was asking people around why a Bakweri man not take first CS next year, after next year. He was asking them questions. What is wrong?
Should it be that maybe the indigenous, the Bakweri people must have done something that the gods of the mountain are angry?
No, I wouldn't want to go there because I don't have proof of such. But I've asked you that how often do you find these people running to the mountain? If they are clubs, even within the time that they are already preparing for mountain, like from December or November, they should start preparing. How often do you find that there's a team that you see that Boya Mountain Club or whatever athletes from this club go running up the mountain as training? We don't find it, right?
You see, Kikichi, let me just steal 1 second of your time, please, to say that there are clubs here, but they are using sense, just as you said. They are using it just to position themselves to harvest from any potential winner. Like the God Love, I call there's one young man who have been winning the test race here.
Yes,
but people have positioned themselves only behind him to milk should in case he win.
Yes.
They don't have a group. You see, in Kenya, when they say a group is winning, they run at least 7 persons. Meaning step by step, I move my step, you put your own. Not be, it's not that kind of run that one person will run until it's coming down for that. No, that's not. When it's happening, it means that it is individual work.
Yes.
Running as a club means that you have about 7, 5, even if there are 3.
You have to coordinate yourselves.
And you, the trainer, you must have experience.
Yes.
We have people here who have never run the race. They want to coordinate. How can you coordinate people who are running? You have never gone. You have only read books. So that is the problem we are having. Gamsi Bruin, if he's teaching you, even this Kiri set, this guy have won the junior category for the 4th time now. This year was the 4th time. Next year will be going for senior category. Tell me how he will not feature. It's to tell you that, brother. As I just borrow your floor. Take back your
floor. So like I was saying, I remember I have an uncle who schooled in Kasbamiji several years back, and his classmate was Timothy Lekunze, for blessed name. He said that every morning Timothy would run to Ndop. Before coming to class, he leaves Bambiji and run right to Ndop and buy his bread from Ndop. And it was his daily task. So when they organized the first marathon in Yaoundé, in Cameroon, the first 42-kilometer marathon, and they were passing on the door, he was saying that's my classmate, and he took first. Then in time he became a mountaineer, and he won, I think, three tries, right? So there must be some consistency in the level of training. It is not magic that people come. It is not about tramadol. It is about the consistency in training. And so the people here have not found it. They have not clustered to make it business to them. If they make it business, I tell you that for any Northwesterner or outsider to win this mountain, you will wait for some years before you see one phase, because they were using the mountain. They just were doing their training on mountains that are not as big as this. Secondly, about the comparative analysis to other mountains. You see, we give 10 million to the athlete and we make a lot of noise about 10 million. Find out how much they give to
I was to come. I said to be looking at the winners and prize money who should be coming here. Okay, let's just get into that. The next point there is the winners and prize money.
Okay.
Now, somebody made a statement that if not that Guinness left with this prize money of 10 million, maybe if it were still, is it 3 or 1 million, it would have remained there. That's by now we should be having about 30 million for this mountain for the first person.
Thank you.
What do you think about the prize money for?
Okay, the prize money. Everything is hidden in Cameroon.
Yeah.
The Kilimanjaro, the big sponsor, they announced that CNN is sponsoring the race with 1 billion. They say it openly.
Yes.
So we do our things in a very hidden agenda, and so we tend to see that 10 million for some. See, if this way people talk about this thing, that just for us, somebody has picked up 10 million. And
they don't know that
10 million is so big to them that
the person has been working for a year.
You know the business, a business opportunity that comes only once in a year. Whereas people in their offices are having businesses and siphoning a lot of money every day. The truth is that even though we're trying to demystify Mount Cameroon, it's a true chariot of the gods.
Okay.
To win a race in 4 hours or 5 hours is not chocolate. This money should be 25 to 30 million.
Yeah.
Because even the care that Cyril was talking about, the athletes are not taken care of. That's not how it happens in other countries. Once you have climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, you are a hero. you are in the world fame. You're a big star. But Cameroon, we give 10 million and want to even insult them, not even bring a medical attention.
And taxes is reduced from that 10 million because taxes has to be paid. It is not all the 10 million with research that we have. It's not all the 10 million that we give him because they have to reduce taxes.
Compare the participation bonus of Lions.
Yes.
Good.
In a competition. Do you know that after this summit, that guy needs medical attention for like a whole 2 months before he can come back to his feet? But we should not. If the chariots of the gods, Cameroon, the first tallest in West Africa, in
West and Central Africa,
because the other is East Africa. Cameroon should take pride. You said in normal parlance, a local language in the village, they say that you are the one who makes your juju to be seen. You are the one who portray your juju as a dangerous juju. If a Malay guy do not portray Malay as the most wonderful juju in Bakulan, a passamoto or this, who will say it for you? So Cameroon should market it to the level where anybody coming to sponsor Cameroon Race of Hope, they make an open bid. I pretend that I am bringing this, and they say the first thing is that you should increase the amount that are given to you will see that the level of participation will be boosted. Even community engagement will be heightened. A lot of things, because this mountain is not only about, it's a natural reserve. With a lot of awareness campaigns that are supposed to be propagated, raise awareness on conservation, nature conservation.
Before
lots of things are
I'll come back to you. Let me also get Jomo Siri's opinion about that, because just like somebody said, they shouldn't even call it maybe to say that it is under the auspices of the President of the Republic. That is an insult, because that prize money does not look like the president that we have.
Good. The narrative is what is used, is part of the tools used to control people. What is usually not talked about is what is used to canalize conversation. When we talk about the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope, no journalist will ever question what's the budget around the race. They will mostly bring the cultural aspect and bring cultural group to be challenging themselves and almost make it the domineering talk. They will bring stars in the light of Sarah and give her multiple reports to almost deviate even the winner of the race. All those things are intentional. They are cooked narrative. They make it and give the impression to the indigenes, the Bakwarians, that they are valued, that they are projected. But economic-wise, they are not harvesting big. Yes, Sarah is projected on all camera, but how much is entering her account? I mean, this very race, go around, you see she's been the one projected. Most people even think that she's the one who won the race.
When she arrived, every major wanted to take her. Everybody wanted to identify with her. She spent more than 1 hour from one major to the other for interview and people taking selfies.
I want to tell you tonight that what is never discussed matters more than what is debated. The budget aspect of this race that is never discussed nowhere is the most and that is why you see those officials, they are feeding fat in all the committee logistic. I'm sure when we are talking, they are panicking. Because they don't like conversation around this kind of topic. Or when they are going for retirement, when they see headline me in this kind of event, they are very angry. And when I look at them, they know that people like me, when we put our eyes somewhere, it's not good. Those are the committee, and that's why I'm telling that if we are 1 million to participate, smart people like Kikichi, we are going to bring narrative closer to what matter, and it's by shaping the narrative that we touch the corridor of power. and make things better. Most athletes, some have not acquired full education. They can't speak for themselves. And so they are intimidated upon. There is a lot of crooked thing that is going on around just because the actors themselves cannot speak for themselves.
Okay.
Even in the clubs, who coordinate how much is being shared? Who define that if 10 million is won, how much goes to the athletes? When you register here in the Southwest, they give you a license, but nobody ever asks you whether you have a club or the procedure to have a club.
Yes.
All those things are supposed to be allowed. How do they recruit people in the regional federation? What is the portfolio of previous champion? You will have come to Boya and see a hall of fame. There are just 30 of them. They will have had a touristic site. The first shoe that Saraiton they won with. That is how you build a museum for something that is called a touristic site. What is being done? There is a budget for it, but we are not talking about it. So what I want to call my friends, both in the panel and home, is that if we only stay aside like commentator, we are missing a big part of this show. It is our place to help shape the narrative towards what matters and give a befitting life to these athletes. 10 million, as you said. I follow conversation from most of these foreigners who participate, especially a certain lady who came from Germany. She lavished the fact that most of these girls that are winning do not participate for international race. She says she only participates for 10 kilometers, but she can pay her ticket to Cameroon to participate. But she sees the strength of these young girls and she doubts whether they can even participate at the race at Gabon. It's to tell you that even education, the club are not educating the member and creating exposure. Let me learn by telling you that I've been running fitness club in Moliko for 2 years now. And one reason why I'm not in total harmony with most of the coaches there is because I question the end product of their effort, of their daily effort. A gym should not only be to make people come and play amongst each other.
Yeah.
They are bigger prospects, both for their personal life and for the community. We should see ourselves as global citizens. I have young children who left the club and they have traveled to other countries. And they write to me every day and tell me how they are even more embarrassed outside. Because system outside are organized. If you come in crookish way, you cannot fit into the system. But if you leave Cameroon as an athlete to go and participate and win, maybe your name will enter the system and you become relevant. But if you are only training in Cameroon to be playing among each other, boyfriend, girlfriend, what is that? What is that? We are almost limited to filial things, to things of the body. And I feel so bad. I want people to open their heads and see the world. We should not see because Mr. Paul Biya have staged a powerhouse for 43 years. We think that is normal. There is nothing normal there. Okay. It's supposed to be rotative so that people can have prospect to dream.
Maybe I'll come back to you so that your temperature should come down. I'll come back to you. Let's take one of the last subtopics I prepared here. Let's look at now the foreign athletes. It's like the participation of foreign athletes has started reducing because in the yesteryear, if you look at the number of Kenyans, Ethiopians, Europeans, and so on, and you notice that especially after the death of the Kenyan, we've hardly seen those real athletes. Now, what do you have to say?
Yeah, in terms of the number of foreign athletes, there was a drop. But in terms of the number of countries, remember that the death of the Kenyan athlete brought in a lot of, there was a lot of lacking about our medical services that were on ground to cater for athletes. And so Kenya that is known for mountaineers and marathoners they should be always one of the countries that will bring in the highest foreign team. But this time around, that there's a trauma that they are still living with the death of their who died in
active
service in Cameroon. And so they evaluated the care services, like Cyril said, that they need to step up care services, the humanitarian action towards athletes that have wounds or athletes that having health challenges on the way. That should be stepped up. Kenya is a country with a lot of standards.
Yeah, as far as athleticism is concerned.
With a lot of standards.
Yes.
Because in football, they don't go anywhere far. They know that the world knows them when it comes to athletics.
Yes.
So it is a domain that they have conquered the world, and so they don't joke with the care that's given to their athletes. Remember that even in at level of Olympic Games, World Olympic Games, you have Kenyan champions.
Yeah, yes.
And so their country has understood, like my brother Cyril was saying, the business enterprise around where you find talent in your own people. So they realize that they can market. Kenya is one of the highest countries that have tourism in Africa. Why? Because it is any sector that they see that, and that's why all their athletes are their ambassadors, their flag bearers that carry the country's flag high. Imagine that a foreign athlete was telling Mr. Cyril that she was saying with surely tears in her eyes, that these young girls, so strong. Mount Cameroon is not the tallest in Africa, but it's the most difficult mountain in Africa.
Yeah.
The most difficult. I've seen people, whites who come here, who have been to Kilimanjaro, they come here, they say this one
it's not easy.
Different level. It's a different level. It's not chocolates. There's somebody who stands taller than him, but this one is more challenging to climb to the summit. And so what will Cameroon, the government of Cameroon do? The government of Cameroon should encourage Cameroonians, promote their talent.
Yeah.
Let them they see just like the mountain race has categories, junior categories. They see young guys, young girls from very poor, wretched background, as you were saying, running the mountain and making it. Now they should. What are the perspectives after that? Their international competition should it be these local coaches who do not have financial capability? Why should this company not be stepping in now to assist this athlete to participate in international competitions? Because it is clear that the text says that any team, any company that sponsors sports, taxes are stripped off. If you are a team that you are sponsoring a football team, then your taxes can be waived aside because your corporate social responsibility.
Okay, yeah, that corporate social responsibility by companies.
It should go like that even to athletes. It should not only end in football. That if these companies that only come in is like a show of hypocrisy. They show their strength in 2 days or 3 days around the mountain, or 1 week that their flags are there, and after they disappear. Where are these youths who are in different categories being harnessed to become? Why don't they see in it the potential?
They can even come up with school of athletes.
And secondly,
yes,
I really blame journalists, Cameroon journalists.
Okay.
We don't have investigative journalists. Our journalists have been transformed into gumbo.
Yes.
Reporting. So they don't do investigation. Journalists to put a question mark about the budget that is put aside by the ministry, by the different sponsors for this competition.
Yes.
They should not,
let me just answer that.
Somebody has run for 4 hours and it's become a story to tell.
Yeah. I want to say that they are journalists who do investigation, but at times, one, the difficulty is that it's quite expensive. Some major houses don't cover it. You'll not expect an investigation that maybe will take 300,000. No, I'm coming.
No,
I'm coming. Yes.
I will stop you from.
No. Wait. Let me come. Let me learn. We have some journalists.
The way the people see, the way the public sees a journalist is like the voice of the voiceless.
Yes,
And so if you not dig and give people and you start talking about the challenges.
No. Listen. these are realities. Secondly, like what happened in the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope, you in a situation like that, they will not want to attend to journalists. That is no. Those are the truth.
You are talking about something that comes in today because no, I'm not saying that yesterday they would have.
No, I'm giving you so much difficulties. We have it, but what is there? These difficulties are true. There are people who, when you approach them for investigation to get information about something, they stop you, and from there even they will even not want to see you again. Those things happen.
When you are a daring journalist and you start an investigation and you have a blockage somewhere, you make it public that this is how you wanted to find out about this, and it has not. And you print that out, or that company black because of that, and other journalists will queue in.
I just want to ask them.
Wait.
What do you think about me?
Yes.
An athlete who comes here and is decrying things like this. Do you think those people will look me well? Do you think they ever look me well? But that is where my strength is, and that is what I came to tell the viewers.
Okay.
You saw me the way I'm walking because I'm crippling, but I should be able to tell viewers that there is a kind of power in them.
Yes.
Just that power is buried in things that are not narrated.
Okay.
And they think that being silent benefit them, and that's almost what you are defending there.
Okay.
No, those who are creating that fear that they will not talk to you again, they know that you find comfort in the silence that give them power.
Gumbo.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
And they are not giving you anything substantial. Get the budget of this race. Somebody will give you 100,000 and you tell them that you are not taking, because you see that there is no money based on what you are providing. No, go and read the narrative on the news that has been reported. Nobody have taken a particular athlete and written a story about him from the day he started running, how he trained, and what he is today. No, people are only talking about Sarah Etonde because the news is everywhere. Cut and paste. I'm telling you that
agenda setting.
We must. I mean, we must create a future.
What do you think about the foreign athletes that we're discussing?
I started by telling you that most of them now participate as tourists.
Okay.
And some of the side comment they throw is that it's not everywhere they travel and see people switch from one language to the other.
Okay.
Like Cameroon has a kind of diversity that the people really should find way to be happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was so the lady herself was very multilingual, so she could speak German, speak English, speak French, and she was praising Cameroonian that when she traveled from one region, like from the littoral to the southwest, the environment, the climate, and all these things, and the people, she said the people have a kind of natural happiness.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you see participation of foreign athletes increasing or reducing?
No.
And what do you think should be the problem?
It's reducing, and it's reducing because of the treatment they are allocating to athletes. The treatment they are giving athletes is not professional. They treat all the athletes like amateur.
Maybe we are waiting for the day.
They are elite. They are elite athletes amongst us.
Yeah.
What is this? The portfolio of a winner. How do you identify a previous winner? This Gapsinga God love that we are talking about. You need to come and see the way he lines up for medicals, for t-shirt, for that famous 10,000 they give to participants. You look at it, you are confused.
After racing,
and you want to see simple coordinator, people who don't have 100,000 salary. They are pumping their chest. The other journalists also, they think that everybody who is running the race has nothing. That they are only coming from the village, they have nothing.
I will borrow.
Sometimes I look at them and I just
let me borrow from you. Do you know that as we are watching athletes running up to the mountain, a lot of people along the road are making a mockery that they are running because of 10,000 francs. I feel sick that they are running because of 10,000 francs. Just imagine Cameroon how they reduce. You know, they say at the same time that they are happy that the mountain was there.
Just how much people
what
are
they are
not
saying about
informed.
athletes. And I try to detail and say, do you know that to run from Moliko to Joe's office is so tedious that even that 10,000 francs you can kill yourself because of that thing. So I said, no, you can't say that. They said, no, it's because of 10,000 they will give them.
Just imagine somebody who sees you and doesn't know who you are.
Of course.
You just think that you are looking bad for
That
him.
is exactly what I'm saying. That
Yes.
when you reduce the personality of every athlete to a beggar, it gives what we are seeing. And it's you, the journalist, because you are the one painting the stories. You are the one giving the color to the event. If you don't change your approach about the event, I'm telling you, even for the next 20 years, nothing will happen. Yes. It will take one journalist, one athlete just like me, like what I'm doing, organize program like this, reproduce them, and make sure the narrative starts shifting.
I think I need to humbly accept.
There's no thing that everybody who is participating and that thing has nothing doing.
I need to accept.
There are people who are earning 1 million every month that are participating and that thing. They have nothing. Do you know how they fly ticket business class from Germany to here and go back? No. That is why we should help culture our people.
Yes.
We should come out from that misery mindset that we think that everybody is begging. No. There are people who are out because they have understood that running, first of all, is curative.
Okay. Adding to what you have to say, lastly, we are ending this program. Kikichi, what do you have your last words?
My last words, despite the multiple gaps that we have also identified, I still give a kudos to the organizing committee, to who much is given, much is expected. And the expectations for next year are very high. And I still want to suggest that they should reclassify. I think that anybody who participates in that race should not have less than 50,000. Because the worry
of the people is that you register 6.5, then they give you 10,000 francs.
No, what I'm saying is that whether you are going to register 10,000, they will give you 50,000.
Okay, 50.
For running up that mountain.
Yeah.
Because if at the end of the day there are no athletes,
then at least the prize money should be increased
too.
There
will be no events in Boya. And so for those who can, that money is there, they can give 50,000 to all the runners.
Yes, then how much do you think should be put for the prize, maybe first, second
prize? The first prize should be going to from 25 million to 30 million.
Okay.
Yes. Because it's a once in a year, and nothing guaranteed that after you win the 30 million next year you still win another 30 million.
Okay.
Even if you win, it is because of the effort. The marketability of the events.
Yeah, yes.
The images that they sell to foreign channels raise a lot of money. People that cover the event, they pay the federation. The sponsors that come in, they pay monies. There are several sponsors for the race. It's not just one sponsor.
Yeah.
If a company can give 1,000 Cameroonians who run the race 50,000, what is that? Is that any money for them? To the corporate social responsibility, their corporate social responsibility. They give 10,000 to somebody who has registered 6.5. It means that it's 3,500 that he pockets to run the mountain and come back. I think what should be done is that those administrators, all the administrators who take care of that race, nobody should be in the committee to manage the race who has not been to the summit.
Yes.
It is because they simplify the fact that somebody has come for us. That they don't know the audacity to reach up to that summit. I think nobody should be in the local
somebody like
committee sitting like this and making decisions for athletes who has never been to the summit.
So somebody like
even like they take them by helicopter, let them go and stand there for 1 minute. They feel that cold, that your hands are numb. Then you know what those athletes go through.
Yeah, last word,
yes, I think we should stop fighting as people. We should stop fighting about identity, how much athletes are worth, and start questioning the structure. Yes, because from every ramification, people are feeding fat on the back. They do everything to discourage athletes who have crossed Hot 3, Hot 2 to come down to the stadium. We kick the race at 600. But not up to 200 reaches Hot 3.
Yeah.
Talk less of the summit. Not even up to 100 reaches the summit. So, along the way, when witnesses start coming down, and they don't give you that bandage to reach the stadium. When you reach down here, you take your way, and you are missing a whole lot of that ambience, the prices, anything that they could allocate for you. It's not fair, and it is being programmed. Those who are organizing it are doing it deliberately because they want to pocket. That is what is giving them the size they have and the big cars they are running.
Is it high
their
time?
salary cannot permit them to be running into those cars. They cannot. Those money and money of athletes.
Sweat.
You cannot go up there. What is the difference between the winner and somebody who have reached the summit? They have enjoyed the same pain. So if you are gratifying the winner with bonuses, at least give participation fee to the person who have reached the summit. So if the people don't start questioning but the structure and keep questioning the identity and saying that people are running because of 10,000 francs and so limit them to beggars, then nothing, because once the eye of the local person starts shifting and questioning those who are feeling fat, more pressure, including that of their wife refusing them sex at home, more pressure is going to mount on them, and they will do the right thing, or they will leave office for people who can manage. And it starts by what Mr. Kikichi said. Those who are running the affairs of the athlete should be athletes. Yes. Because you have at least an idea. When you don't have an idea, if you don't spend a day with your wife to appreciate what she does at home for you to come back in the evening and eat, you'll be thinking that everything is easy. But the day they leave you with the children, 2 or 3, small noise in your ear, you want to go and lock yourself in the room, then you understand. It starts from there.
Kikichi, thank you so very much for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. It's always a pleasure. And to the multitude of relative televiewers there, kudos to all of you. To the team and the team here, I say hi. And once more, I'm congratulating my friend, Mr. Siri, for daring to run the mountain, daring to reach the chariots of the God, the summit.
Really, the few times that I've gone up there, I think it was by the grace of God that I came back. So if I see people going up there, those who have not gone up the mountain, then they need to go there. Then you know what these athletes are going through. Thank you so very much for coming, Jomo Siri.
This is the way we give back to the community because they gave us everything we have today, so we must give back to them. Thank you so much for sharing, for making this panel possible and putting me with and learn and experienced panelists who gave me a lot of flowers tonight, and I will be going back home with a lot of happiness in my heart.
Yeah. Dear viewers, we want to say we have come to the end of today's program where we were discussing the mountain race. There are a lot of subtopics that I prepared for this, but we want to say that all what we've not said, maybe we'll have some other time that we'll discuss on these subtopics, because we don't need to pretend the race this year was the organization at least was good. At least it superseded that of maybe the years back, and we'll just pray that all these suggestions here, those who parade the corridor of athleticism in this country must have gotten them, and they will see what to do. We just believe that with all the innovations that came up this year, it is just the beginning of good things to come. It has been Kikichi, Kenneth, and Jomo Siri. I am Moderator Mwambo William. See you tomorrow for another program.
Hey, Royal TV viewers, your voice matters. And now we want to hear it louder than ever. We've created